Hello, Brad. How are you doing? Yeah, it's been warm here too. I think we were in like the mid 80s. It's supposed to be a little cooler today, and we're kind of in a little bit of a cooling trend, but that just means we're going to go down to the upper 70s. I don't know. This is a freakishly weird winter. Morning, Janine. Morning, Ruth. How's everybody doing today? Three live streams in 24 hours. That's got to be a record for me. My TV tray over here so so I can grab my whiskey when the time comes. And there's our favorite co-host. You know, he's the reason everyone tunes in here. It isn't to see me. Haven't really had a chance to go dig through them yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think there's going to be some great content in there that I'll be able to use for vlogs. This one especially, I'm excited about because I've been meaning to go look at some of the historic homes, maybe do a couple vlogs on those. And now that I'll be able to learn a little bit about the house before I go there, that'll be cool. Also, some of these historic homes have been turned into museums, so you can actually go into them and take a look at them. So definitely looking forward to doing that at some point. You know, we have some great to have some research material, but I'm looking forward to looking at this one too because I think there's going to be all sorts of great stuff in there too. Morning, Connie. Morning, Michael. Morning, 99% Irish. How's everyone doing? Lights on over here, rubbing up against the TV trays, trying to hope to get a little attention here. Right, right, buddy. You were up here looking at us on camera here a few minutes ago. Low 70s in Florida, huh? That's unusual. I thought it was always warm in Florida. Yes, since Bite has decided not to grace us with his presence at the moment here, he'll just have to look at me. Sorry. Morning, ST. Hi, Sandy. Merry Christmas to you too. Hi, Spike. Merry Christmas. I bet you it is in the low 70s in Minnesota right now. Sunny now in Southern California. My mom was saying that it was raining yesterday, and I was hearing on the weather they're going to get some more today. Actually, let me go see what it looks like here. Yeah, it looks like it's mostly over. But then again, it looks like maybe there's more coming in. Who knows? Looks like they may get some rain later on, maybe later today or something. But the way it's moving, it actually might move south of my mom. So that's okay. I think she's been happy with the rain she's been getting for the last few days. She's like me. She likes it when it's rainy. I don't know what's going on with the cabinets. You know, I think the next video that goes up is me ranting about the cabinets. So you'll hear the whole story probably on Tuesday. not much has changed since then. That video was actually shot about 2 weeks ago, but there's not really any difference at this point, except for the fact that I think Lowe's is now on my blacklist. I won't go there again. Lowe's is okay if you're going to pick up something in the store and you can find it in the store and go through the checkout. But if they're involved in any way, shape, or form, they're just useless. I actually do like the Lowe's store, just because they're a little bit more artsy fartsy, I think, than Home Depot. But oh, YouTube spiked the Twilight Zone thing. I don't know. I figured they might do something, and they did. They canceled it right in the middle. Whatever. How's my mom doing? My mom's doing good. She was on the live stream yesterday. Uh, was with us basically for the whole time. So uh, as of yesterday, there hasn't been any issues with her COVID thing, and my sister's on the mend. So all is well on that end. You're expecting some snow, but not holding your breath. Yeah, well, that's the weather for you. You know, they can't predict what's going to happen in 2 hours. So just play it by ear. You know, I can't tell you how many times they say in the weather, oh yeah, 90% chance of rain today, and then nothing happens. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the sales representative that I was originally dealing with, she's at least trying to pretend that she's concerned about this, but her manager is just kind of every time I go in there, he's just like shrugs his shoulders and is like, I don't know. It's like, dude, you're the manager, you should know. It just says they don't care, and that's sad because Lowe's could be a great store. Now, I think maybe it's just a store by store issue. I've said that before because I mean, you talk to Jordan. Jordan prefers Lowe's over Home Depot. He's had bad experiences with Home Depot, so you know, I don't know. I think it just depends on how the individual stores are run, and sometimes you end up with employees at one store that just don't care. Hello, Dave and Terry. Snowing in Tacoma. Yeah, I guess that isn't surprising me. My mom, who's down around the Sacramento area, was saying that the rainstorm they got yesterday was pouring, supposed to be bringing snow into the mountains down to about 2,000 feet. So it doesn't surprise me that Tacoma is getting a little bit of snow too. Oh, I'm gonna push Lowe's to drop the price on this somewhat because I hired Lowe's. I've said this before. I hired Lowe's to manage this project, and by managing it, that means I don't have to manage it. And the fact that I am having to manage it, you know what? I should get compensated for that because they aren't doing their job. The girls have been checking since 6 a.m. because they knew I was coming on. Wanted to make sure. That's good. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Charlotte. Hello again. How are you? Nana said she really enjoyed talking to you yesterday, so just wanted you to know that. I have a nice Christmas meal. Last night, I had a little lasagna that I had frozen. My mom kind of mentioned yesterday on the live stream our tradition of having lasagna, and I said, you know what, that's a good idea. I got some lasagna frozen in the freezer, so I pulled that out and had that for dinner. Tasted a little like home. It's sunny in Chicago, 41 degrees. Yikes, that's cold. Of course, people still look at me weird because when it's like in the 40s here, I'll go to the grocery store and I'll still be wearing short pants and t-shirts. So I don't know. Well, my mom is really happy that it is raining a lot, and she's really happy that they're getting a lot of snow because that's really the thing. California doesn't do a very good job of saving its water. It just allows it all to flow out to the ocean. It doesn't put it into, reservoirs or anything. It just lets it wash away. And so, the best way to get, water for the summer in California is for them to get a lot of snowfall because when it snows, then when the snow melts, it soaks into the ground, which replenishes the aquifers in the water table. But when it comes really fast in the form of rain, it just all floods out to the ocean, and that's a waste. I was concerned the lights last night would be really bouncy because this camera doesn't have the image stabilization that my main camera does. So I'm glad it wasn't too annoying, didn't make everyone seasick. I don't mind the cold if I don't have to be in it. That was one of my criteria when I came out here. I didn't want to have an outdoor job. I didn't want to deal with the heat of summer. I don't want to deal with the cold of winter. So it had to be an indoor and in a climate controlled environment. White is over at the window there looking out. Something's caught his attention. Probably a bird or a squirrel or something. I still don't know what average temperature is here in Waco anytime. I've only been here a couple of years, so this is my third December here, and so I don't really have that good of a bearing yet on what the temperatures can be. But yeah, I was never a sandals or flip flop kind of person, but t-shirt and short pants, that's kind of normal for me. Not supposed to be in about 81 today. It doesn't look it right now. It's all overcast, but that'll probably burn off. What whiskey am I drinking this morning? I'm not really a whiskey fan. I was into that for a while, but I don't know. I just got out of it. So, I joke about this being vodka, but it's really just water. I like doing the Christmas light videos. It kind of, that's how I put myself in the Christmas spirit is by doing that kind of stuff. So I'm glad you like them too. I'll keep doing them. There was a great place that did Christmas videos, or they did Christmas like it was a big neighborhood that did Christmas lights, just crazy Christmas lights every year. And if you go back and look at like Jordan's Christmas videos from like 3 or 4 years ago, we went there at that point, and he did a video of that. I shot some video of it too. Uh, maybe I'll have to go. Maybe I'll have to go put that up at some point. Google says 6037 for Waco, huh? Yeah, let's see. What does the Weather Channel say here? Says it's 67 right now, and 79 today and 64 tonight. So yeah, I don't know. Feel like a Jack and Coke maybe once or twice a year. Jordan used to like Jack and Coke too. He pretty much doesn't do alcohol anymore. Hello, Gene. How are you? Yeah, my mom enjoyed talking to you too, Gene. She always kind of seems to think that she's intruding when she comes on the live streams, but she always has a good time, and you guys always have a good time with her. So, you know what? Good. I like the fact that she comes on here, and I like the fact that you enjoy talking to her. So, it's win-win. Plus the fact, the point of yesterday's video is there's a lot of us that are alone on Christmas, and Christmas isn't a fun time to be alone. Well, I'm alone. Some of you were alone. My mom was alone. It was a perfect solution, I think. Jordan's doing his Shel Silverstein references here because he did his Shel Silverstein video a couple days ago. He texted me that same line a couple days ago, which was made me laugh. Santa wore Logan out, huh? That's cool. That happens. It's okay, Logan. I forgive you. My sister's doing fine. I mean, I haven't talked to her in a few days, but I talked to her a couple days ago, and even then, it sounded like she was on the mend. And I think my mom said yesterday that as of the day before, my sister was symptom free. So I think her 10-day lockdown ends today, and my mom's ends tomorrow. So yeah, my mom has a blast doing the live streams. It's especially fun when she can get her iPad dialed in and read your comments because then it's not just me telling her certain things. She can actually look at the ones that she sees and respond to what she wants to respond to. So and it takes a little of the pressure off of me too because then I don't have to carry the whole live stream. He's rewatched Jordan and I traveling to Spawn Ranch. That's actually, I think, one of my favorite videos with Jordan because that was just fascinating being to be there. I've on all I've been kind of fascinated with Manson since I knew of him. So it's kind of cool to have been to a number of places that are related to Manson and the Manson murders, and it's all because of Jordan. Because I went to Sharon Tate's grave with him once. That was when we went to Bela Lugosi's grave because I think Bela Lugosi is in the same cemetery and been up to uh, the Sharon Tate Roman Polanski house. We couldn't actually get in there, but we were at the gate a couple times, and that was kind of interesting. What's on my shirt? It's a snarling bull, the horns and the angry eyes, and I guess the nose. Yeah. That yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one was really fun too. Going to the garage where that happened. They still serve barbecue there, and it was really interesting being in that cemetery where that opening scene takes place. There have been so many great vlogs that I've gotten to go along with Jordan. I love that I've been to the music store where Wayne from Wayne's World got was fascinated with that guitar. We've been to the donut shop where Wayne and Garth went. And let's see what are some of the other things. The Army Navy surplus store from Falling Down. Been there. That was fun. All sorts of great things I've gotten to see. The one where we did the Pulp Fiction filming locations. That one was fun. I'm really surprised a lot of that stuff at Spawn Ranch is still there. On the Lowe's side, Jordan. On the Home Depot side, Breck. Yeah, you know what? We'll just agree to disagree on that one. I don't know if you did. I don't know if you said anything wrong, Tracy. Did I miss something? Yeah, Jordan and I are. I'm going to go visit him at some point, and I suspect he'll visit me at some point. We'll we'll vlog again together at some point. I'm pretty sure. It's just a matter of working out the details. I haven't decided where this tree is going to go. I'll probably, for the time being, I'll put it in a larger pot and I'll keep it in a pot for a while. Maybe we'll put it in the front yard. I don't know. It may be a few years because this thing can live in a pot for a while. It's just in a 1 gallon pot right now. I got it in this decorative thing right now, but it's actually just in this pot. And so I'll plant it in a larger pot. I've got a nice probably 20-gallon pot that I'll put it in at some point, and that'll allow it to grow for a few years, and maybe we'll have it in the house for a Christmas tree for the next couple of years or something. Um, but we'll put it in the ground at some point if I don't manage to kill it. Last one didn't make it because I thought it would do fine in the winter when we had that freak storm, and it didn't make that. So where are the cats now? Bite is right there. I haven't seen Nibble yet. Yeah, there's no cabinet news, Tracy. Basically, Home Depot, Lowe's is still blowing it with me. You'll get a full update on the video that goes up on Tuesday because, well, basically I had to rant. But I tell the whole story of how Lowe's is just blowing it over and over and over again. Is there a chance that my mom will join us today? I don't know. She was saying something about possibly watching the live stream. I don't know if she'll call in. If she does, the phone's right here. We'll put her on if she wants to. Do I miss babysitting Jaw? Yeah, Jaw's a great dog. I've never really been a fan of little dogs. I've always been a big dog kind of person, but Jaw is a great ambassador for little dogs. He's just a bundle of energy and all personality. Yeah, sorry, Tracy. That wasn't the intention. It's just sometimes I get talking about something and then comments flow by and I miss something. Nothing personal. Yeah, well, you know what? Like I said, I got Home Depot. Rhonda says hi, Nana. If my mom was watching, she saw that, I'm sure. Yeah, my mom is fun to have on the live stream. My dad was fun too. You remember that one time he came on a live stream? I wish I had more chance to have him on again, but wasn't meant to be. But we got that one time, and that was great. It's fun to have somebody of my mom though. You gonna come visit, Bite? No? Is that the best you're gonna do? Just stand up? Yeah, well, there aren't a lot of street lights on a lot of the around here, but that's one of the things I like about it. But a big part of that, I think, is I've just gotten spoiled by the camera that I usually use for video because that does really well on low light. And I didn't really realize how bad the cell phone was until last night when it was so dark. You get a house that's well lit up, it does a good job, but not so much when there's not a lot of light. It's been almost 2 years now since he left us, and I still miss him. Yeah, I haven't seen Nibble. Nibbles usually makes her appearance at some point. If at least to go gawk at us from the hall. But I don't even see her down there. Sometimes the kitty keeps get her attention. I guess she just wants to be alone today. Yeah, that's really sad when you lose parents around the holidays. That's no fun at all because it really kind of spoils the holidays from then on, doesn't it? I think that's just going to kind of be a tradition that I do because when I'm alone too, so it's kind of nice to have somebody to socialize. Now, as I was saying to my mom after the live stream yesterday, I deal with it better. I'm more of an introvert, and so I do better with being alone than some people do. I could be very happy just being alone, so I get all the interactions from people I need at work. Now Rhonda's cats are running. That's great. Miss your mom and dad too. Yeah, I hear you. I'm lucky I still have my mom, and hopefully we'll keep her for a while. Yeah, I wasn't sure how the Christmas light video would go because every time I've done a live stream, it's always been connected to the Wi-Fi here. But when I'm out on the street, then I'm having to depend on my data plan, my cell network to do that. And I don't know. I got to go look at the video. I don't even know if I broadcast high def or not. It depends on what this camera can do. I know, for instance, when Jordan live streams, he isn't broadcasting high def, but I think that's because he uses the back camera, and I don't think the back cameras generally have the same resolution as the front camera. So I don't know. I think in terms of reverting back to Windows, you can go into, let's see, I don't remember exactly how they did it, but there is a setting somewhere in Windows that you can roll back to a previous set point. And generally that'll undo everything. I've been getting the icon on my computer too, warning me that I can update to 11 for free, and I haven't been interested in pressing it. I want to see what people say about it, because Microsoft seems to have an every other operating system issue. One's really good, and then one's really horrible. One's really good, and one's really horrible. And 10's been pretty good, so I'm concerned, that 11 might be an issue. Yeah, see, Brad's running the same thing or talking the same thing. I've done it a couple times, but it's been years since I've done it. And I know that there are set points that you can roll stuff back. That's kind of a safety feature in case you do something that screws up the system. You can roll back to a previous point before the system got screwed up. I had to do that a couple times, but it's been a long time. And that's sometimes also a problem, Gene, is that you get a more advanced operating system and it isn't really designed for the machine you're on. A lot of times the machine you have is balanced with the processing needs of the operating system. And so you put a higher level operating system in there, it can overwhelm the system and slow everything down. I get that completely. ST's mom is in a nursing facility, can't come out for fear of COVID. Yeah, there's a lot of places that are just really, I think, overdoing it. I think one of the reasons I think my mom left the place in Orange County and went up to where she is now is, right after my father passed away, which was the day a few days after she moved into the place, they went into total crazy lockdown mode. My mom was basically under house arrest for 6 months after my father passed, and she decided she didn't want that, and she was stuck in that place and all that, and so she went to where she is now, and I think she has more freedom, but it's still in California, and California still overdoes it, I think, with the lockdowns and the mandates and all that. How long does it usually take to edit one of my vlogs? It depends on how many scenes they are, because every scene you have to trim the beginning and the end of it. But I would say, between a half hour and an hour, depending on the video. Because, one of the things I do is I sit and I watch the whole video. So, I got to make sure that there aren't any glitches, make sure there aren't any problems with the video. So obviously a longer video is going to take longer to edit than a shorter video. But yeah, that's usually what it comes down to. I try and keep my videos a minimum of 8 minutes. Sometimes it goes longer. I know that fireplace one I did was 45 minutes. I think one I did a couple of days ago was about 35 or 40 minutes. So it all just kind of depends on how much content. But let's say however the length of the video, if it's an 8 or 10 minute video, multiply that by 3, and that's the editing time. Probably a good rule of thumb. Yeah, I've made that same joke, Janine. Social distancing. It sounds like the anti-social distancing I've been practicing for years. Well, my mom was saying the same thing, Gene. Especially now that she's been on quarantine for the last week, they've been treating her almost like she's a leper, and they won't come in and won't even come into her apartment. Basically, they open up the door, they put her meal on the counter, and then take off and run. But I mean, I guess, on the other side, I sort of understand that people in nursing homes are the people who are kind of most susceptible to this too. So, um, I get it that they're just being, showing an abundance of caution. You got to do that because, that's the most vulnerable audience is people in nursing homes because, basically COVID hits people that are older and people that have what they call comorbidities. It's other underlying issues, other health issues and stuff like that. How was my Christmas? My Christmas was all right. It was pretty quiet. Um, I did a little work out in the yard. I'm kind of getting the rest of the leaves out of the yard now because that's sort of been the big thing lately. There's a lot of leaves that have come off the trees, but we're pretty much through all that now, so I can sort of clean stuff up a little bit. Uh, Got a lot of big yard bags full of leaf waste. They're going to go out on the curb this week. Yeah, I'd love to meet you and the girls too, Rhonda. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into collaborating that much. Rhonda tends to spoil the kids. Yeah, they sound like they're spoiled. Lucky girls, all of them. It's actually an assisted living facility. It isn't really a nursing home. There's Bite and Nibble. Bite is right there, and Nibble is just playing the introvert today. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate that. All right, Rhonda's making the food for dinner tonight. Everyone party at Rhonda's house. They do a lot of meowing. No, not really. They're usually pretty quiet. Yeah, that would have been. You're right. Some Chris Foreman videos would have been awesome. That guy was a laugh riot. What are my plans for the new year? Probably just more of the same. Keep working hard, trying to, work my way up the corporate ladder, and keep working on this house. Yeah, he would have been fun to have in the vlogs. Probably Wayne White would have been an interesting vlog too. Yeah, Rhonda's cats are about to come running here too, I suspect. Chris Foreman is someone that Jordan and I knew a long time ago. He was a friend of Jordan's, and I got to meet him a few times. He was quite a character. He was an up and coming actor, but like Jordan, I think he kind of gave up on it after a while. I don't think he's still acting, is he, Jordan? I think he just settled down for with a real job. Yeah, my mom and her sewing needles. I can't tell you how many times you don't think it'd be responsible to unleash Wayne on the world. Yeah, maybe you're right. Definitely wouldn't want to put him on a live stream. You never know what you get. At least if you shot video, you could edit out anything that's inappropriate. Yeah, I agree with Tracy Jordan. The Shel Silverstein video was great. Yeah, you're right, Rhonda. I did it on purpose. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, my mom enjoyed talking to all of you too. I had a pretty simple Christmas here. It was just I did a little work in the yard and just kind of enjoyed, kick back and enjoy. No, Jordan and I are friends, are good friends, and you know, sometimes we'll both vlog the same things, but you enjoyed the petrified speakeasy. Yeah, that was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that one too. It was way more impressive in person, I think, than what I saw in the pictures. I'm really surprised if somebody doesn't buy that chunk of land and do something with that. Okay, so Chris Foreman isn't acting anymore. Yeah, it's interesting how that industry kind of chews people up and spits them out. He showed up on set and they said the only thing you need to know how to do is dribble a basketball. And he said, "I'm the only black man you'll ever find that can't dribble a basketball." That's awesome. That is a great story, and I could just imagine him telling it too, because I'm guessing it's probably 1,000 times funnier hearing it in person, just because of his personality. Did I get myself anything for Christmas? No, I didn't really. Now, if you watched the live stream yesterday, you saw I got a couple of gift cards from my mom and from my sister, and I guess if anything, that's going to kind of count as getting myself something. But Um, I think we'll start on one of those projects maybe as early as today. What? Come here, buddy. Yeah. See, I think he's getting used to the point where he doesn't even need to come over to the couch anymore to get kitty treats. He's just really lazy now. See if I can coax him in by just throwing a couple kitty treats on the ground here. You're just lazy, aren't you? It's going to get to the point where I'm just going to have to bring food to you. You're not even going to go to your food dish, are you? Come on. Come over here. Come join the live stream. They want to see you. You knock it out of my hand. Jeez. Bet your jaw doesn't do that. Yeah, I guess maybe that's what it is. He doesn't want any belly rubs. Nah, the cats don't really they don't really play with anything I get them, so it's ironic. The only thing that they really like is this it's basically it looks like it's a sock that's filled with like padding and stuff like that. And it was actually something that my mom got for the cat that I had before Bite and Nibble, and he loved it, and now Nibble loves it, and that's the only toy that they seem to have any interest in. In fact, I mean that toy itself is it's a little chewed up and stuff like that, but considering the fact that three different cats have played with it, and it's amazing what how well it's held up. It's like those dogs in that song by um, oh, what's the band called? Yeah, I hate it when I do that. Start going on something here and then and forget what I'm talking about. Hang on, it's gonna kill me if I don't know here. So the Flaming Lips. That's who I was thinking of. There's a song on one of their albums called "The Big Old Bug Is the New Baby Now." It's a story about this guy and his girlfriend or wife or something like that that have a couple dogs, and basically they buy them like chew toys all the time, little stuffed animals and stuff like that. And basically, the dogs rip them to pieces, within a couple of days. But that's sort of the reason they do it. And then they discover that there's this one toy that is that the dogs really love, but they don't tear it apart, and they seem to be taking care of it. It's almost like it's their baby. And this goes along for a while, and the baby toy survives for a long time. And then one day they come home, and the baby toy has been ripped to pieces. And when they look a little further, they discover that there was this box that they had in the garage filled with plastic bug parts. And the dogs found that and basically ripped all of them apart except one of the bugs. And at the end of the song, the singer reaches the conclusion that the dog's tastes have changed and that the big old bug is now the new baby. Yeah, it's the same with that sock. Yeah, I don't think about that. I don't think there's any catnip in it. I think it's just stuffing. But it seems to be Nibble's favorite toy because I'll see her carrying it around in her mouth like a dog carries a tennis ball. Before he deleted it, it looked like Eric had quite a Christmas there. That doesn't surprise me that the singer of Flaming Lips would have a very unique house. He's a very unique individual. And Bite's over there chilling again. The dog has a stuffed monkey she plays with all the time. Yeah. I'll go get that sock thing because I can actually see it from where I am here. Yeah, see, it's all kind of torn up and all that, but considering three cats have played with it for probably close to 15 years, I think it's in pretty good shape. Thank you, Kathleen. I'm glad you like the live streams. It just seemed like a good thing to do. Rhonda's making quiche and pies. That sounds good. How's the book on historic Waco? I haven't really gotten much of a chance to look through it yet, but I am looking forward to taking a look at it because I know that there's an enormous number of great houses in town, and it's fun because not only is it just pictures of the houses, some of these beautiful houses in town, but it's a story behind them too. And so, it'll be fun to do a series of vlogs, I think, where I go to some of these houses and tell the stories behind them. And now I've got a great resource for that. Thanks for stopping in, 99% Irish. Good talking to you. Bill asked me what program I use. Are you talking about for editing video? Yeah, there you have it again. Rhonda's offering to cook for all of us. Party at Rhonda's house. Everyone get your passports ready. Tracy's making cookies right now. That sounds like fun. I didn't make any cookies this year. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a few vlogs out of that. Yeah, what editing program? I'm still using the Nero editing video editing program. It came with the software that I use for burning CDs, and it's a very good video editor. I mean, everything you see me do on there, I'm able to do with that. In fact, there's only really one thing that it doesn't do that I wish it did do. I wish I could flip video and run them backwards. Jordan thinks I need to make some cookies, huh? Yeah, I don't know. We're all past the Christmas stuff now, so yeah, I wasn't sure what YouTube would do with that. I figured there'd be some sort of a response. Eric's going to work on a New Year's video with his green screen. My video software supposedly will do that too, but I don't know. Sometimes you got to have some really good software to do good green screen stuff. Yeah, you got to wonder about that too. Some moving into a neighborhood and not realizing that everybody goes crazy for Christmas. Well, if I heard right, I think Jordan actually has a Christmas tree that he plans on keeping up all year round. Jordan's always been kind of a Christmas person, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Haven't heard from Jan for a while. She's in and out on the Facebook page and pops in here occasionally, but I know she's had some health issues, but it sounded like she was on the mend. Today is the day people got out to return the gifts that didn't work out. Yeah, right? Fortunately, all the gifts I got did work out. Regift. Yeah, I know that's some people do that too, especially when it's like a fruitcake. I'm convinced there's only like one fruitcake in the world and everyone just gives it to everyone else. Did I cook for Christmas? No, basically I just nuked a little lasagna that I made a while back that's been in the freezer. My mom kind of got me in the mood for lasagna on the live stream yesterday. And I said, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm going to thaw that out, and that's what we'll do. Yeah, yeah. Some people call it Boxing Day, right? What did I get for Christmas presents? I got these two nice books. Uh, this is a book of photography from a guy named Fred Gildersleeve, who lived in Waco about 100 years ago and documented a lot of history of the town. Uh, every time I like do some historical video in town and go looking for old photos and stuff like that. It's always photos that he shot. So his name kept popping up over and over again, and so I saw this book a couple weeks ago when I was in a local Barnes and Noble, and they had two copies of it, but obviously been thumbed through a whole bunch of times, and the cover was all torn. So I just went to my mom and she found one on Amazon, and then she also found this one for me, and this is a book of historic homes in Waco, and so I'm going to use this at some point, and we'll do a tour of some of these homes, at least show you the outside, and it'll be fun because in addition to having pictures of the houses, they also have the story of the people who built them, or some of the historical characters from town. So that's gonna be a good video. And I got a couple of Home Depot gift cards, and I'll put those to good use. And my mom also got me a good cutlery set too, so I got good knives now. You'll see that in an upcoming video too. Eric's just gonna stay in bed until 2 and watch movies. That sounds like a good day. Actually, fruitcake is Italian for doorstop. I think you might be right. Thank you, Jeff. I take it you're heading out to lunch now. God bless you too. ST wasn't feeling too good and spent all day in bed. That's no good. Did I get a new scraper? No, no, I'm good on that front. I got a few of those. Yeah, see you later, Jeff. I hope you make it back. We'll be here for a while. We're just kind of at the halfway mark now. It isn't a live stream unless Jeff has stopped in for a couple minutes before he goes to lunch. If you were in yesterday at the end of the live stream, Beth actually checked in on the live stream, and she confirmed what I already suspected, that Flash is hibernating right now. She usually goes down around Thanksgiving and be gone down until February or March when it starts warming up. We like having you here too, Jeff. But I get it. We can't compete against steak time. Hell, if it was steak time here, I'd stop this live stream right now. Any predictions for 2022? Yeah, there'll be another coronavirus variant. Yeah, I have a younger sister who lives in Sacramento area. She's actually in Folsom. baby Flash. It's hard to imagine her as baby Flash, considering she's probably older than anyone here. Lobster tail sounds good too, yeah. I'll just have to take a second out of the house to pay for it. Whipping 30 eggs, that sounds like fun. Not. That's a lot of quiche. Right, Bite? Is that a lot of quiche? Yeah, I can't complain about a hamburger either. Can't really go wrong with that. Just Mark and his girlfriend. They made ham steaks and mixed vegetables. That sounds good. I could live with that. You like the LED lights? Yeah. I told the story a couple times. Somebody just sent those to me in the mail. I think it was some promotional thing, but I couldn't even figure out who it was from. So it didn't do a very good job promoting it, but they look kind of cool up there, right? Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only thing you can predict with any certainty. It'll be the epsilon variant or something like that. I don't know, whatever the next letter in the Greek alphabet is. On the news, you keep hearing them talk about how the epsilon variant is so much more contagious. What they don't tell you is it's so much less lethal. They don't want you knowing that. They want you to think that if you don't do what they say, that you're going to die. And it isn't happening. They're already saying that in America, the new variant is already peaking. Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. Fauci is more famous now than he's ever been in his life, and he doesn't want to give up that fame. He just likes having the power that he has. And I'm still not convinced that he's not up to his elbows in this. It seems to me that there's a lot of evidence that he and his foundation were funding the gain of research or the gain of function research in Wuhan that started this whole thing. So he's got a stake in keeping us distracted from that too. There needs to be a thorough investigation of that. Yeah, you're right. Omicron. I think I said epsilon or something. Whatever. Yeah, that's true too. There's a lot of money in that for him. And I mean, let's face it. This guy's been in that position for like 50 years. It's just You telling me we can't find somebody better? Coca-Cola Minute Maid is turning into Refresco. Hmm, whatever. I think if you got a good name like Coca-Cola and Minute Maid, you don't mess with that. Wouldn't it be great if our representatives in government had to wear the names of all their sponsors on their clothing, like NASCAR drivers do? I think that'd be very, very interesting. Light just does not want to come into the picture today. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, Black Dot. Term limits for all elected offices, including judges. None of this lifetime appointment stuff. That's got to end. Did you see that video, David? Some caller got Joe Biden to say, "Let's go, Brandon," on the air. That was awesome. That made my day. That was probably the best Christmas gift of all. So is that Refresco company? Is that a German company? Netherlands. Okay. I heard some people who were reporting on it say that you can see that Joe figured out what he said after he said it, and it's like I don't see any evidence at all that Joe realized what he'd said. But Jill definitely had a very nervous look on her face. What are my favorite cookies? I don't know. I don't really make cookies a whole lot. Um, my mom used to make chocolate chip cookies that were pretty good. and I've got that recipe. It's basically it was in her Betty Crocker cookbook, and I got a Betty Crocker cookbook a few years ago from my mom, and they're still in there, so they were pretty good. Yeah, I saw that routine of Robin Williams. How long do I leave the Christmas decorations up? I don't really have any Christmas decorations inside the house, short of this tree, and the tree goes outside during the week, and it will go outside now and probably stay outside. But the Christmas lights in the front yard will come down after New Year's. I usually put them up Thanksgiving weekend. They come down after New Year's. So we're getting close to the end of that. Yeah. What grade or subjects did my mom teach? A lot of times she was like preschool, but she did some stuff and did some like interning, I think, in like high school and junior high too. But most of the time she was like preschool or like, first or second grade and that kind of stuff, I think. And I think it was just general education stuff. You're making the instant pot ribs for New Year's dinner. That sounds a good idea. Rhonda lost the sound. Gonna reset the connection here. I suspect Rhonda will be back. Yeah, there she is. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You lose your connection or something goes weird. Best thing to do is just shut down and start over again. This live stream almost didn't happen this morning. About 20 minutes before I was ready to go live, the internet connection went down, and I didn't have internet in the house. And I power cycled the modem and router, and for a while there, I didn't think it was going to come back. I was kind of thinking I got to get on the cell phone here and say, "Yeah, sorry, we're canceled today. I don't have a internet connection," but it came back just in time. I'm starting to find that out, Rhonda. There's things that I would never think would be instant pot type recipes that that are. I mean, you remember when I made that banana bread a few weeks ago? I never would have figured you could do something like that. Girls lost their mind when the audio went out. Oh no. Technology is funny, kind of sometimes, Charlotte and Logan. Sometimes you just gotta stop and start again. Be surprised how often that fixes a problem. What's on the menu? I think I got a pork chop I pulled out. I think we'll have that and some veggies. I've been kind of in a Brussels sprout mode lately, and I like Brussels sprouts. So those work out really well in the instant pot. And the beauty of pork chops, you can put those on the grill. I cook on the grill as much as I can. Yeah, there we go, David. There's some people that just don't like Brussels sprouts, but I got some fresh cauliflower too. I've been doing cauliflower is good too in the instant pot. Pig Tooth got invited to dinner at his neighbor's house last night. That's cool. Since it's Boxing Day, do we need boxing gloves? Maybe, maybe. Yeah, basically, I like almost all veggies. I go in little asparagus fits every once in a while too. Asparagus is good with salmon. Yeah, I don't use the smoker terribly much, but from time to time I do. You're right. It takes a bit longer to cook. John thinks Brussels sprouts seem kind of bitter. It's an interesting flavor. You have to. It's something you definitely have to be into. But I like broccoli too. Broccoli's awesome. I like cheese too. I'm a big fan of cheddar cheese. In fact, I often just buy a block of sharp cheddar cheese and will nibble on it when I'm watching TV. Never really done any rotisserie work. Made an asparagus quiche. Yeah, if only you could send it to me. I know. I like grapefruits too. We've talked about that before. Always have grapefruit juice in the fridge. Old cookbook. You found one from 1898? That's cool. That's before they made everything healthy, when things actually tasted good. Yeah, I like mozzarella and cream cheese too. Never tried Limburger though. No. Yeah, I'm with you, Rhonda. Same way. I love veggies a lot too, but I never go full on vegan because I love meat too much. Back in the early days, digital communication sounded like screaming robots. Now it sounds like screaming squirrels. Yeah, that sounds good too, Bill. See, I'd have to skip the meds if I couldn't have grapefruit juice. Life just ain't worth living without grapefruit juice. Yeah, see, here we go. We're into the food talk now. Got to make up for the fact that we didn't really go there yesterday. Yeah, Bill. Well, that's the reason why I eat before I do the live streams. That reminds me, if you remember at the beginning of The Simpsons, it always starts off with Bart Simpson writing something on the board over and over. Uh, uh, it was something, it was something different every time. And one of them was Bart writing over and over again. Beans are neither musical nor fruit. And a big Czech bread today. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of Czech bakeries around here in Waco. That seems to be a very big thing in the area. I've visited them a couple times. Yeah, I'm kind of a purist with most vegetables. Um, most vegetables don't need anything else with them at all. Now, I put a little salt on Brussels sprouts, but other than that, that's it really. We love the Christmas light videos. Thank you. I like doing them. Those are fun. It's fun to see how other people decorate. Also gives me ideas too. That doesn't surprise me that BART is an acronym for brat. That's probably a good name, good description of him. I got to admit though, Simpsons hasn't been funny in a long time. Team's checking out. Got to go to church. Yeah, the Christmas light videos are fun. That's really when I get in kind of the spirit of Christmas is going out and seeing Christmas lights. Ever seen an episode of The Simpsons? Simpsons were very funny for a while there, but wow, YouTube blocked you there for a second, David. Yeah, I didn't know that, Peg. I always wondered what the origins of that were, of that were, whatever. I loved Brussels sprouts even when I was a kid. I was weird that way. That actually sounds really good, Kathleen. Maybe I'm pregnant too. Yeah, I agree, ST. Every once in a while I turn the Simpsons on just to see if anything's changed. And I'll go through a whole episode and not laugh at all. I mean, I remember the early ones where it was you were laughing the whole time. I still think one of the funniest TV moments is on one of the first episodes when they're in the psychiatrist's office and they're all hooked up to up to the chairs where they can electrocute each other. I still pull that episode out and just laugh like a lunatic because that is such a funny scene. But there's just nothing like that anymore. I mean, I was a fan of The Simpsons even back before they had their own show, and it was just a little short segment on the Tracy Ullman show. No, I don't. I don't watch a whole lot of other vlogs, Peg. Bye, Tracy. Thanks for stopping in. It happens with a lot of TV shows too. I was also a big South Park fan, but the South Park isn't even funny anymore. I got into a big argument with somebody on Facebook a few months ago. The South Park people posted a scene, and I said, and I commented back, it's like, why isn't the South Park funny anymore? It's going the way of The Simpsons and Family Guy. It exists to exist, and I think it's more now just about keeping continuing to make episodes, and it's not about making people laugh anymore. I think what happens is they just kind of they run out of ideas. It's like all of the ideas that they'd ever thought of, or considered, they've done them now, and now that there's nothing new to do, new to put out there. There are literally a certain number of ideas that you can get. I think it isn't very often that you can keep producing funny stuff. Yeah, I remember MASH. My parents, I think, watched it a little bit. I never was really that into that show. Mustard on a fried bologna sandwich. That doesn't sound too bad. I love mustard, especially good spicy brown. Yeah, I agree with you, Kathleen. I remember when Saturday Night Live was funny. That's another show that should have been pulled off the air about 20 years ago. Does anybody even watch that anymore? except for the purpose of seeing how not funny it is. Well, I think maybe some of my sense of humor came from The Simpsons, though, too. But see, I have kind of a sometimes a bizarre and twisted sense of humor too. I can laugh at things that a lot of people wouldn't. I'm also like a fan of Beavis and Butthead. I can watch that endlessly. But see, that was also a show that ended before it stopped being funny. When you've been on for what 30 years, like The Simpsons have, or 20 years, like South Park has, it just isn't funny anymore. Oh, I love grapefruit juice because it is bitter. I never watched Fridays when it was on, but I guess I'm aware of it because there's that clip floating around with Andy Kaufman on it. And see, a lot of my sense of humor was also inspired by like Monty Python. You look at me, I have a kind of a sometimes a dry sense of humor, um, and that's definitely Monty Python and British comedy. Yeah, Mr. Bean too. Well, that's what I try and do. I mean, I like to laugh a lot, so if I can make other people laugh, that's a good thing. And so I'm glad that you watch me. I'm glad that you enjoy watching my videos. And I try and be real. That's the videos that I do. It's things that are interesting to me, things that I'm doing in my life. It is literally the textbook definition of a vlog. It's a video journal of my life with a few just kind of entertaining things in there to spice it up every once in a while. But it's been telling the story of me ever since I left California and got my job and found my house and started building my house and starting my life over. That's what this has all been. Yeah, Candid Camera was amazing. Gong Show, I love that show. Charlotte thinks I'm cute. Better get her eyes checked, Rhonda. Yeah, I agree with you, Connie. It's too bad. The I'm offended card basically has destroyed comedy. Oh, that's sweet. I am her first crush. Hey, bye. Coming out to visit? You gonna come up? Come on, buddy. just right here. I don't know. We'll see if we can get him to come up and visit. He's walking around over here. Come on, buddy. Come visit. No, I've never heard of Mrs. Brown's Boys. Benny Hill was another show I remember. That one got a little blue sometimes, but that's okay. It was hysterically funny. Right, right? You've never seen Benny Hill, though, have you? Your loss. It got really quiet in here. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Maybe I had to tone it down a little bit, but I don't know. I still think it was funny. Yeah, Good Times was a good show. All in the Family, Jeffersons, What's Happening. I used to watch all those. Sanford and Son. Yeah, I watched Barney Miller a little bit, but never was really into that. Chico and the Man, I remember that. That was a great show. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Rhonda, and goodbye, Charlotte and Logan. It was fun talking to you. I'll see you next time. Yeah, Maud was pretty good. I remember that. Yeah, it's a I guess it's an acquired taste. Some of the adult cartoons like The Simpsons and South Park and Beavis and Butthead. Well, I mean, can you imagine how fast just about any show that we've talked about here would get pulled off today? Assuming it was, even put on in the first place. Yeah, Candid Camera was great. I'm not really a jazz fan, so no, I don't. I don't really have any jazz records. Robot Chicken, yeah, I've got a Robot Chicken DVD or two. In fact, if you remember the T-shirt that I made, the "That's Not How It's Done" T-shirt I made a few months ago, uh, the the character me was a blending of me and Doc Brown from Back to the Future and the kind of crazy, wacky scientist from the credits of Robot Chicken. In fact, I actually brought the disc in and showed it to the artist. Let's see where it's at. This character here was sort of a model of what I wanted me to look like, kind of a demented, you know, a demented version of Doc Brown and me, with the wide eyes and the toothy grin. See, the original version of the of artwork I had, you couldn't even see my teeth, and the expression on my face. Because you remember, I'm reproducing that scene from Back to the Future where the right before the Doc plugs in that wire before the lightning comes down and strikes the clock tower and comes down the wire to send Marty back in time. And the original expression on my face kind of made it look like I was a little nervous about what was happening. And I said to the artist, I said, no, I want this to be all right, to be more like, big demented toothy grin and like, all right, here we go, and so that was how that turned into all that. But yeah, that was partially inspired by that character right there. In fact, I gave the artist this picture here so she could, use that in creating the T-shirt. I think I remember the one where the lady pulls into the gas station with them and the motor's missing. No, I stay up a little later at night, but not as much as I used to. I used to, be up till 12 or 1 or 2 in the morning, when I wasn't working. That was kind of my natural thing. Now I'm often in bed by 10 or 11 and I'm sleeping in a little bit. I get up about 8 in the morning, but I used to sleep in a lot more. I think being on the work schedule I am has kind of shifted my sleep patterns a little bit. So, yeah, I go to bed a little earlier now, get up a little bit earlier. I don't think I remember that one. But it was a long time ago that was on the air. And like I said, I probably only remember a few of them. Yeah, I remember Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy. It's funny, all those shows kind of spun off of Happy Days, and that all spun off of American Graffiti. It's funny how that show went out in so many different directions. I don't know what I'll do on New Year's Eve. Let's see, New Year's Eve is a Friday, isn't it? Isn't it? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. We'll play it by ear. It won't be one during the day because I'm working on New Year's Eve day, but I'll be home about 8 o'clock probably. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. Saturday Night Live was great at the beginning when it was, Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi and Jane Curtin and Gilda Radner. I was always a fan of Gilda Radner. In fact, I got a best of Gilda Radner's bits from Saturday Night Live in my collection down there. I watched Little House on the Prairie too. I remember that. That was something, Brady Bunch, Little House on the Prairie, Partridge Family, Gilligan's Island. Yeah, I don't know. We'll play it by ear. I don't know. The problem with doing a live stream is the big moment on New Year's Eve is depends on when you cross the time into midnight. And so if I were to do it at midnight in Texas, that isn't necessarily going to work out if you're in California or Montana or Florida or something like that, where you're in a different time zone, let alone people are in a different country. Yeah, Steve Martin's a jerk. That was funny too. Get Smart. Yeah, I watch Get Smart all the time. Never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm. I kind of stopped watching TV a long time ago, and that was more of a recent thing. I think the last show I really got into was Entourage, and that's still a show that I'll pull out and binge watch start to finish because every episode is good. Thank you for watching the live streams, Ruth. $6 Million Man. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Jim Belushi's good, but he's no John. John died too early. I still love watching him in Animal House and Blues Brothers. He's great in both of those. He and Aykroyd just played off of each other so well. And I love the little cameo by Carrie Fisher. She was awesome in that. That was such a different role for her from Star Wars, which she'd done about the same time. Yeah, I remember that too. Well, it was I think it was more than three in California when I grew up because you had Channel Two, which was CBS, Channel 4, which was NBC, Channel 7, which was ABC. We had Channel 5, 9, 11, and 13, which were just kind of local channels, and then a couple of UHF channels. Yeah, I didn't even see Blues Brothers 2000. I Love Lucy. That was a good one. Classic comedy. Yo, Adam. John Boy from the Walton passed. Did that happen recently? That's the beauty of the internet. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to go look up here. I don't know. Are you sure about that? I'm looking at it right now. It shows a born date, but not a death date, unless it just happened recently. In Seattle, you had a clown by the name of J.P. Patches, who was an icon here. I guess the one I watched is Bozo the Clown. I don't know if that was local or national or what, but I remember that. Night Court, yeah, huge fan of Night Court. I was looking at IMDb. IMDb doesn't say anything about it. Now, if it just happened, then maybe hasn't been updated yet or something. But it said he was born in 1951, so that would make him 70 years old. That's hard to believe, huh? John Boy is 70 years old. Popeye and Spider Man. Yeah, I remember both of those. I was into sci-fi, so I would watch like Star Trek and the original Battlestar Galactica, Space 1999. Buck Rogers. I think you just did, Peg. There's a clown hotel that's haunted. I'm sure there is, probably. I think I watched Lost in Space a little bit. I don't remember ever hearing of Time Tunnel. Didn't watch Wild Wild West. I wasn't really into westerns. Well, anyway, we've been going for 2 hours now, so I'm going to pull the plug on this one. I got kind of an idea what I want to do for today's vlog, so we're going to get going on that. So thanks everyone for stopping in. This was fun today, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. Good night.